Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy MonsterCast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy MonsterCast, Knives faces the undead Thunder Lao, and the Ghost Wardens finally reach the Imperial capital. This podcast contains adult language and adult situations. Previously on the Happy MonsterCast. Ghost Mountain, the isolated temple where the unruly dead return to their proper place in hell. Meet the Ghost Wardens, holy warriors dedicated to the service of the underworld kings, battling the undead and laying them to rest. Here, Bolt Fist Jiao, master of music sorcery, Cheerful Fan, who smiles through his sorrow, Ebullient Gong Gou, dog devil and fire sorcerer, Sneaky Chao, silent assassin, and Jung Soo, ox devil blade master, stand ready to return the unruly dead to hell. En route to Capital City, the Ghost Warden stopped in Stone Drum to participate in a tournament for leadership of the Valiant Societies. Knives triumphed, but a new challenger entered at the last moment, Thunder Lao, an officer of the undead inevitable army. All right, so let us recap. You are on your way to the capital to try to persuade the Emperor to muster forces, and preferably put them under your command, to fight the inevitable army, which is slowly making its way towards Capital City in great undead force. Along the way, you stopped in the town of Stone Wheel, where the Valiant Societies, loose organizations of martial artists around schools, temples, clubs, and the like, held a tournament to determine who would decide what the Valiant Societies would do in this war. And Knives won the tournament, which would allow you to muster the Valiant Societies in defense of the Empire. However, just after your victory, the undead General Thunder Lao leapt onto the stone wheel to challenge you. And so as we begin, you are facing off with Mr. Thunder, or I guess Mr. Lao. And you both drew terrible initiative cards, but his is slightly better.
Oh. And I only have 2 bennies?
You have 2 bennies, yes. All right, so he is going to... You look scary. So the first thing he's going to do is he's going to cast protection on himself in order to boost up his toughness.
Ah. Fat lot of good that'll do ya.
So he now is armored substantially.
Oh boy.
Does make him pretty tough.
Yeah.
And then he is going to see how far he can get. Let's see. How far can he get without running? Not nearly far enough. So he is going to run over. And as he does, he unfurls a meteor dart from around his waist, begins to whirl it around his body, and planning to strike at you with it. Assuming, of course, he can run far enough. Which he can. So he runs over and stops some distance from you. No, not moving both of you, just him.
And what is that black circle in the middle?
A big column.
Okay. So we got to run around it if we're going to fight.
Yes, although he has conveniently run around it for you.
Okay.
And then he whirls his meteor dart at you.
Is he close enough that I can first strike him?
No, that's the thing. It's a ranged attack.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So he hits you
nice.
once. He hits you once, and then the meteor dart deflects off of you and smashes into that stone column and breaks. So he got one good lick in, but now he's unarmed.
Perfect. Ooh,
and
nice.
and his damage is terrible. So he kind of glanced it off of you, and then hit the column with great force and broke his meteor dart. Which means it's your turn.
I look at him and I attack with frenzy.
So you're going to close in, I assume, so that you're in appropriate range. Yeah. And make sure to target him also.
Right.
Because that is not a hit and a hit with a raise. That is one hit with that roll.
Yeah.
One regular hit. Also, as you close in, he is going to punch you.
Okay.
Because he also has first strike.
Of course he does.
You give him the unarmed weapon, which I was not expecting him to need.
Do I do damage first or him?
He attacks first on the way as you come in.
Yep. That is respectable.
He does manage to hit you with one of those. And he's a martial artist. He should do more damage than that. Let me fix that. So far, the 5 is not going to do a whole lot. And the 7 isn't going to be much better. That is just enough to shake you as you come in, though. Which means that preempts your attack, unless you want to spend a Benny to unshake.
Fine.
Okay, so you're not shaken, and now you can do your thing. So go ahead and target him and attack.
I attack now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that he has. Don't forget to target him.
Oh, right. I just ping him like that?
No, hover over him and hit T.
Hover over and hit T.
Yep, there you go.
Oh.
Not your best fighting roll ever. No, none of those hit.
What the hell?
Well, maybe you'll do better next round.
Okay.
Next round. And you have initiative, so you can try again. Let's see. What do you have for PowerPoints left? I know you used quite a few of them. Yeah, you're burned out on PowerPoints, so no mystic powers for you. That is a significantly better set of rolls. Yes, so that's one hit and one with a raise.
So let's hit with a raise first. Okay. Oh, I thought it was going to be 2 1s.
Still enough to shake him. Oh. And then you can do the regular damage on top of that. That, on the other hand, is deflected by his mystical armor.
Got it.
So he's going to try to unshake here, which he does very easily. And then he is going to once again try to punch you, because that's kind of his option right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But first, he's going to cast Smite on his fists. That will mean that he gets an extra d6 damage if he manages to hit you. Which it looks like he is going to hit you twice, both without raises. The first one would be enough to wound you. Would you like to soak that one wound?
I've got 1 Benny left, and I've got an emotion token.
Yes, so you could make him reroll the attack with the emotion token. You also have conviction if you would care to use it next round.
It's going to wound me, yeah?
Yeah, 1 wound will be shaken.
That's okay.
All right. So
come at me, bro.
You take it. All right.
Yeah.
New round. And you have initiative again. So immediately you need to unshake.
Okay. That's vigor, right?
Spirit.
Oh my goodness.
That does not do it unless you Benny it.
Fine.
If you Benny it, then you're automatically unshaken.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Oh, there you go.
You are free. you are no longer shaken.
All right, let's attack him. Oh, and what does conviction do this time?
If it gives you a d6, an extra d6 on everything you roll. So, in fact, I'm going to say that spirit roll counted, and I'm going to give you a Benny back. Because if you had activated conviction, you would have had a better shot at unshaking.
Okay, so is he still targeted? I see the little things about him. Okay.
Yep, he absolutely is. That is a lot of dice. That results in one hit.
What is going on? What is going on with my rolls tonight?
You do get the d6 on your damage, too, so that may help.
Okay, wait. So do I do a +6 now?
No, you do the regular damage. Okay. The conviction will be added on.
I am not rolling particularly well tonight. But...
No, that does a decent job. That's going to shake him, and he takes a wound, which he's going to try to soak because he is a zombie guy, but he blew a Benny doing it. And then he is going to yell, "You killed my brother!" And he's going to do 2 actions this round. First, he's going to try to intimidate you.
Who's your brother?
And fail. And then he is going to try to punch you. He was hoping to make you vulnerable, to make you easier to hit. That did not work out for him. And in fact, he fails to hit you at all.
Nice.
New round. Your conviction is no longer there. All right, so this fight isn't going super well. Would any of the rest of you like to play cheerleader here? And
help me out, man.
Do supports or tests to mess with Thunder Lao. Given the unusual circumstances that the Valiant Societies probably wouldn't protest to just cheering, actively interfering physically with the fight would be a problem.
Anybody here have good persuasion? This dude didn't sign up.
Yeah.
He just jumped in after the other competitors.
That's true. He did not.
Competed. Why does he have any standing at all to be in this ring?
Is this one even a competitor?
Well, Ron, you are Cheerful Fan's backup, so Cheerful has excellent persuasion. So you're going to try to mess with Thunder Lao or support Knives?
I'll support Knives.
Okay, so you're going to Cheerful Fan is doing cheerleader. That's terrible.
I'll go ahead and Benny. Oh, that's better.
Whoa. All right. That will be a +2 on your next fighting roll. Would anyone else like to take any such actions before Thunder Lao attacks again?
Yeah. Can I taunt the other guy?
You absolutely can taunt Thunder Lao.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like this and stuff like that. Just awkward hand gestures and tongues and all that.
Okay. You're not very
undead cheater. Your brother was already dead when we killed him.
Okay, so Boldfist doesn't have taunt, and it shows. You rolled a 0.
Perfect.
On the other hand, Ebullient busts out a 10, which Thunder Lao will have to resist with smarts, which is not his strong suit. All right, so you... Let's see, where is that? Let's see what effect that has. Okay, double whammy. You have made him distracted and vulnerable. I'm going to say that you timed that such that those take effect. Well, we'll have them take effect now because the distracted could be very handy. So he is once again going to target Knives, but he's distracted by the taunting. My brother was a saint. And as a result of being distracted by the taunting, he does only manage to hit once. But it is enough to wound you again. You want to soak this time. That takes you up to 3 wounds.
How many wounds do I have?
4.
Okay.
4. Another wound, you're down.
Okay, do I take the Bezor pill now or later? Because it's pretty instantaneous, right?
It is. So, yeah, I would allow you to take that as a limited free action. So you can chug that on your turn.
Okay.
And you're fine.
How do I get rid of it from my...
I will remove it from your inventory here. All right. So you're fine. And it's your turn.
Nice.
And he's still vulnerable.
And he's still targeted.
Yes, he is.
Seriously, statistically,
2
what's
hits.
it going to take?
2 hits. First one shakes him. Second one doesn't do anything unless you want to Benny it.
One last penny. How many wounds does he have? Or
Currently,
none?
he has none. So maybe save it for when you get a raise.
Yeah, I was going to say save it for her. Yeah.
Save it for a raise.
Yeah.
All right. He's going to try to unshake here, which he does. And then he is going to attack you, but he's still distracted. He's distracted, but very punchy. So he hits you only once again. But hard.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to want to soak that one.
Damn.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, wait, no. Before I'm going to give you the money back because a better thing to do in that circumstance, spend your emotion token so he has to reroll the attack.
All right. So do I just delete one? Take it to 2?
Yep, just delete one. So he has to do this all over again.
Do it.
Oh.
Wait.
You hit horns by accident.
What?
Oh, he hit you with a raise that time. Mm-hmm. Hopefully his damage sucks, which it does. So it only shakes you. But since you are already shaken, that will incapacitate you unless you soak it. So, which you do.
Okay.
So it's all good. But no, that shouldn't have done that because you weren't already wounded. So that would just have given you a wound. So once again, I'm giving you your Benny back.
Yeah, because you did the Bezor and you refreshed.
Yes. Mm-hmm. All right. Your attack. As you flail at each other violently.
Can I cast Smite? That's just for...
No, you're out of power points. You used them earlier in the fight.
Man.
You hit him, though. And you shake him again. So if you get initiative, you'll have the chance to hit him before he can unshake. But he gets initiative.
Wow.
So he is going to try to taunt you again, or try to intimidate you again. You cannot defeat the inevitable army. And he's just straight up going to intimidate you this time.
Inevitable.
And he critically fails.
Sure.
So I'm going to say that He is so unintimidating. I'm going to give you a +2 on your attack this round. So go ahead and give me another attack, but with +2 this time.
You can do it.
Big money, big money.
No whammies.
Well, that's much more respectable.
Oh,
especially that one.
Wow.
Righto. One hit with a big old raise. Did you in fact have the +2 on that?
I did not have the +2.
Okay, so that's gonna spank him real hard, that first one.
Oh.
He's gonna try to soak it.
Okay. Sorry.
He does okay soaking it, but he is still wounded and shaken. And then you hit him again. Was that first one the raise one?
First one was the raise.
Yeah, okay, so then give me a non-raise damage. Sad.
Sad, and I'm out of bennies.
All right.
I do.
No, you're not.
I'm not. He's got one wound.
One wound, and he's shaken. And it's your turn.
We're just going to keep whacking away at each other.
Yep. This is just a toe-to-toe brutal battle here. One hit. Give me a straight damage roll. All right, that shakes him again, which means he's going to take a wound. All right, so he's got to unshake now, which he just barely manages to do.
Man, how many bennies does he have to unshake, this guy?
No, he can roll to unshake.
Oh, right.
But he's pretty messed up. You see undead chunks of flesh falling off the guy, but he hit pretty hard this time, nevertheless.
He does. Holy crap.
He's very angry.
All right, I'm going to spend an emotion token. He can re-roll that one.
All right. Let's try that again.
Oh, my goodness.
Not quite as good, but same basic result.
Mm-hmm.
So the raise damage is pretty sad, really. Only enough to shake and wound you.
Oh.
You want to Benny that? Or do you want to spend a Benny to soak that?
Yeah.
Okay. Not quite good enough.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the regular damage. Double shakes you, so you're wounded again. Now you don't have your Bezor anymore.
Nope.
Yeah. So
I'm going to need a little help.
All right. Would anyone like to jump in with some cheerleading?
Yes.
Good news is so go ahead and give me another cheerleading round for Knives, and it's Knives' turn first.
You want me to roll anyway, or?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. No, go for it.
Can I taunt again?
Absolutely. Another very nice with the persuasion roll, and another nice taunt.
Wow.
Okay, so that's a +2 on your next attack. And let's see how he does on his smarts roll here to resist your taunt. Oh, he does better this time. Yeah, he throws it off. He's not going to be fooled the second time. But you still have a +2 on your attack. So first things first, you need to roll Spirit to unshake. It's going to be a little challenging because you have 3 wounds. And you don't.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to say that Bolt Fist is going to cheer you on to try to support your unshaking. He's not the best at cheering, but he was this time, and that is enough. So you are not shaken.
I enthuse you for your victories.
Yay, Bolt Fist.
Okay, so give yourself a +2 on your crit. Okay, so I have a suggestion.
Okay.
This might be a situation where a wild attack is called for. So you already have a +2 on your attack. So when you do your attack here, go ahead and get that set up and do the +2 on the trait roll. And then where it says frenzy, click that gray box. And way at the top where it says attack options, you can pick wild attack. Now what wild attack does is it makes you vulnerable, but it's easier to hit and you do more damage.
Frenzy and
wild attack.
I see it.
And then make sure you have the trait roll modifier +2 as well.
Yep. And
all right. Now we're cooking with gas.
I can't really tell what I rolled, actually. Did I roll?
You did. It didn't capture it for some reason, maybe just lag. But that was one hit with a raise and one hit.
Okay. Let's try again.
Oh, my goodness. That's 2 more wounds on this guy, and he's down. Medic. That would be Ebullient if you want to try to patch up knives here.
That was
a glorious victory.
Took longer than I thought.
So go ahead and do a little spellcasting roll to patch her up. Big roll, big roll. I'll take 1 wound off and
hold on. Nope, this is me.
That's
can I
so
Benny
much
that?
worse.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, you definitely need to Benny that or it will have no effect. Somebody, I think, also has just regular healing, which now that you're out of combat, you could also apply.
Can I also roll natural healing?
You can, but that takes time. You'll be able to do that on your travels.
Okay. And
Ebullient, you also have regular healing, so you could try to patch up that way too. Relief's not going to help.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Did the second roll do any better?
Yes, that took off 1 wound from your magical healing, and then you can try regular old healing with the healing roll. Not the spellcasting, but that was the regular. No, that was spellcasting. Yeah, you need regular, the healing skill.
Okay, so I just dropped. Is that not? Oh, that's
the spell. Yeah.
Healing is back over there again. Okay.
Wait, I just defeated the leader of the undead army. Don't I get a prize or something?
We of the Valiant Societies will follow you into battle, Knife So.
Oh, so she
but
just
over the undead army,
like Aragorn does.
Yeah, thank you guys too.
No, afraid not on that one.
No.
Oh, this could be good. Yeah, Ebullient's able to sew you up to remove all of your wounds.
Wow. They're good.
So Knives just acquired an army of the undead because she was in this tournament to defend herself. And then, acquired an undead army. Fucking unreal.
So as a result,
so
they hand you a special leadership baton.
You get the leadership, but that's like the wand of command.
Yeah.
Is it shiny?
It is.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's a shiny gold-plated steel fan.
Yay.
And
it's pretty.
A pimp fan.
And Tempest Duan says, we will muster the societies. It will take us a few days, but we will march towards capital city following your path.
All right.
And so, after taking a little bit of time to rest and recuperate, you continue your travels to capital city, which take you another 4 days.
So who's leading the undead armies now that Thunder Lau's dead?
Oh, he was a subordinate. It's still General Hong who's the overall leader.
Right. You're right.
So as you approach capital city, miles away from the city itself, you begin to see city buildings, homes, even low walls to stop the spread of fires. Let's see. I'm going to say that at least one of you has been to Capital City briefly before. And that does not help me tell who. And it's Boltfist. So Boltfist, you have been to Capital City a long time ago. So you know a little bit about it. And you know that it sits in a crater where a meteorite struck. The meteor that was called the Tear of the Moon, and the great Emperor Ji forged magical weapons and armor from it.
It was like a star medal, essentially.
Pretty much.
Meteor medal. Or meteor medal. Okay.
The walls of the crater then form a natural barrier, but then they've added ramparts and fortifications in it. From the north, where you're coming in, there is a route guarded by towers, a winding set of switchbacks making its way down into the crater. To the south, the Great Road enters through a tunnel through the walls of the crater. The city itself is massive. And so as you approach, let's get you a map of it.
I guess in general.
Behold, Capital City.
Wow. Yeah, massive.
So you're going to be entering up here.
All right, middle north.
And kind of working the switchbacks work their way around past this large structure here, 12. And you can see the road leading around from there. 11 here is the Imperial Palace. That one, the Golden Palace, is well known. And then there's commercial districts and such throughout the area. How would you like to enter the city? The obvious way would be to go through the gate, but you might have other ideas.
The Emperor will be so happy to see us. Let's go. Unless somebody else has an idea.
So it takes you about a day to work your way through the suburbs, so to speak. And you notice as you're going in, people are even less enthusiastic to see you than average. They won't look directly at you at all. That, even for Ghost Wardens, that's a little bit unusual.
Do they seem afraid? Do they seem disgusted? Are they loathing? Like, what do we...
Make a notice roll.
Me make a notice roll?
Yeah, you make a notice roll. You're trying to figure out what's going on.
I wonder what they're thinking.
You think that they're just blinded by your glory as the leader of the Valiant Societies.
As well they should be.
Who else would like to take a shot at that?
Why not?
Ebullient is the opposite of clueless. Okay, you get the sense that they are uncertain. Like they don't quite know what they should be doing to talk to you. And Boltfist, you get the same sense, and maybe also that they're a little bit afraid, but it's really more uncertainty.
So I maybe point out to the rest of the party very quietly. It's like we may want to show them that army is under our control and that we mean them no harm.
Well, the army isn't there yet. It's just the 5 of you going in.
Yeah.
So as far as they're concerned, we're just Ghost Wardens. We're not leading
an army, correct?
An invasion force.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do before arriving at the gate?
So we're not entirely sure that the Emperor is... When last we saw visions of him, he was getting bad advice from other people.
From his ministers, yes.
So we may not entirely be welcome here.
That's weird.
Do we know where the clergy is currently? Because we may want to deal with them before we see the emperor, or someone should scout out or maybe we want to do that. I'm not sure.
There are probably temples in the city, but you don't know where they are.
Okay, so yeah, it would take forever.
There don't seem to be any substantial temples in the suburbs here.
Okay, would I recall any of my past experience in dealing with any city officials, clergy, or business, or anything specific?
Make a common knowledge roll.
Okay.
Why don't we just ask somebody? These seem friendly and in awe of us.
No, you don't. Well, do you want to ask somebody?
I'll ask somebody.
Go ahead.
Okay, what are you asking?
Wait, can I do this in my friendly way?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Not work in my nice way.
So, yeah, what are you going to ask?
Hey, is there anything we should be doing to get ready to go into see the emperor?
So normally you're terrible at this, but you're so happy about this victory that you kind of have this aura of cheer. And so
They want to talk to me. I can tell.
the fruit seller that you approached says, well, you are a Ghost Warden, and we're not sure how the Emperor feels about Ghost Wardens, so we're not sure how to feel about Ghost Wardens.
What do you mean?
Well, we don't want to. The Emperor's word is law. We don't want to do or say anything that might contradict what the Emperor wants. So since we don't know what the Emperor wants, we just don't want to deal with you.
But why would the emperor not be happy with us? We're here to protect him.
We don't know. We just don't know how the Emperor feels at all about you. So I'd appreciate it if you took your fellow wardens and went on your way.
Oh, that was strange, guys.
They appear to be hiding something.
All right, you're getting closer to the gate. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you reach it?
I want to make a notice roll and see if they're hiding something that I can obviously pick up.
Not that you can tell. It just seems like they just don't know what they're supposed to do with you. And so as you approach the gates, there's a force of gold banner soldiers guarding the entrance. And a banner lieutenant steps forward. Ghost Wardens.
Hi.
You are correct.
I am Swift Jiao. Greetings and welcome to Capital City. He bows at precisely the correct angle for a Ghost Warden. You are expected. Sergeant Lee will escort you to a mansion which has been prepared for you.
Hey, let's go.
Okay. So he leads you down the switchback road, and eventually you make your way down here past this large building, which appears to be a huge barracks full of gold banners, and then over to a mansion here. In front of the mansion is a single large statue of a supernatural dog guardian.
I love this statue. This is my favorite statue ever.
Oh, it's a dog.
The mansion itself seems to be quite luxurious. And so the guard leads you to the front door and knocks. And an older gentleman with a big smile on his face opens the door and bows deeply. Salutations, esteemed guests. I am the chief steward of the household and have been conferred the privilege of guiding you at the royal court. Everyone knows me as Yes, Yes. It's a compliment, really, based on my optimistic nature. Please allow us to move your things into your rooms and prepare dinner. Stable boys, servants, and a small army, it feels like to you, of people come swarming out of the house. They take your horses, they take your bags. The bags are carried inside. The horses are taken around back of the mansion.
Hey,
We are preparing dinner. I have already dispatched a message to the Golden Palace that you are here, and I expect the glorious Emperor shall summon you first thing tomorrow. Don't worry, it's my duty to instruct you in the finer points of etiquette so you can make a proper impression on our monarch. Please come with me.
does he remind me of somebody named C3PO?
A little bit.
Oh,
He's not dressed as well.
okay.
So he leads you into a reception room. We have rice wine and tea and plum wine. And we have a fierce liquor from the north. What would you like?
Does anything look like white wine?
Probably the rice wine would be the closest.
Rice wine.
Fierce liquor from the north.
Plum wine.
Sneaky.
Dainty glass, though.
Cheerful would also like plum wine.
Who's the most suspicious? Like, who in the party would be like, I'm gonna nurse this one and pretend to drink?
Probably Sneaky.
Yeah, I would probably do that.
Yeah. Please be seated. This mansion, this lovely mansion, was the property of the famous bean-curd courtesan. Everyone said she had a plain face and an unpleasant odor. But if you think about it, that's really a compliment. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes,
Never
yes.
mind the liquor. I want what you're having.
Yes, a compliment to her talents, since she was so successful despite that reputation. Anyway, she retired here and installed Fu, the guardian out front. Yes, it's just a statue, but I like to think Fu's spirit watches over us and keeps us safe. This house has hosted all manner of exotic guests for the Emperor, and only a handful have ever been executed.
Only a handful. Small number, really.
And you can tell they weren't executed for bad manners, otherwise I'd have been executed too, which would have been a shame since I'd never have gotten to serve you. Yes, I'm quite thrilled to tutor you in the finer points of courtly behavior. The fact that you're here is quite a compliment to both of us, if you think about it.
Ah,
It is.
yeah.
He's good.
Can I have a little more rice wine?
Oh, of course. He snaps his fingers and...
I also sort of gently hold up my glass. Please?
I'm gonna keep drinking tonight.
Yeah, I'm pounding it after that. In agreement.
So
It would not be.
after a couple of drinks, they serve dinner.
Yes.
Yes. I'm at your disposal for any questions you might have. I would be happy to enlighten you about the ministers, the emperor, the sights to be seen in our beautiful capital city. Yes. It's quite a compliment to have you here.
So when we were coming in, somebody said they weren't sure how the Emperor was feeling about Ghost Wardens. What did that mean?
Well, the Emperor has put you up in this lovely mansion, and I'm quite certain that he will be summoning you in the morning. Then you can hear from his own lips what he thinks of you. Yes.
Yes.
What else should... Oh, how should we greet the Emperor?
Oh, I would be so happy to tell you. Manners are the key. Only higher rank officials can open a conversation to a lower ranking person. So it's best if you don't speak to anyone unless they speak to you first. If they have a servant, you can ask the servant, and the official may interrupt if they wish to speak to you. If you just start speaking to someone, you're saying you're more important than they are, which ministers take as quite an insult. When you meet the emperor himself, Never look him in the eye. You may be stricken blind by his majesty. Kneel and bow deeply to him. If you hit your head on something, that means you did it right. Don't leave his presence until you're dismissed, and then don't turn your back on him. Just back away slowly. Not that you would, but never, ever directly contradict the emperor. If he speaks it, then it's true. If it wasn't, it becomes true. Emperor Huang once said it was night during the day, and the sun disappeared. This is why often the ministers speak for the emperor, and he chooses his words very carefully. The ministers or servants in the room will prompt you if you need to say or do something specific for the sake of ritual. When in doubt, just bow harder and you'll do fine. Of course, I will be there to coach you throughout.
Oh. That doesn't make any sense, though. If he says it, it's true. Huh.
Well, of course, he is the emperor. Yes, yes. The dinner is amazing. All kinds of different food, more than you could possibly eat. Dishes you've never seen or heard of before, but all delicious. And so at the end of the meal, you are free to retire to your rooms unless there's something else you'd like to do or you have more questions for yes, yes.
I should probably bathe.
We have a lovely bathhouse out back.
Hot tub soak.
Yes, yes.
A lot of tea. A lot of
Can
flavor.
somebody help me wash my back?
I would be happy to provide a bath. I would be happy to provide a bath servant for this purpose. Do you have a preference for bath servants of a specific gender or appearance?
Nope.
Okay, so he
Long
assigns
arms.
long arm. He assigns you a rather lanky, very handsome gentleman who washes your back in the tub.
Throw me on a mat and stretch my joints, and then restore my ki and my meridians, please, with some shiatsu on the mat, if I may.
He absolutely rolls out he calls for a local specialist to provide you with acupuncture and massage.
Perfect, thank you.
Cheerful has more rice wine. So in the morning, Yes knocks on all of your doors and says, please, please come to the main reception hall. I have wonderful news.
Okay. What is it?
So he gathers you all together. I am so excited to tell you, yes, that you have received an official invitation to the Golden Palace to answer for your crimes.
Huh?
It says
crimes.
It says here you are to answer for the uprising of ghosts across the empire, the undeath of General Hong, and the kidnapping of the Royal Princess Golden Pin.
Oh my, we have some explaining to do.
Oh, yes.
What's with the goats?
This is just the formal language of the court. After all, if it was serious, we would have the army here and judges here, and the emperor would never meet you face to face. Yes, you're just here to plead your case. You must convince the emperor of your loyalty and that your cause is righteous. When you have your audience, the 10 ministers will be there, and he'll confer with them before reaching a judgment. Convincing the ministers aids your case. Just explain things to him politely, and they are all certain to see the truth of it, and beg the emperor to grant you command of the gold banners and anything else you need.
I'd like to take this opportunity to stealth away.
All right, make a stealth roll.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
He says, oh, yes. There was also a message for your companion. I don't see him here. Mr. Chao. It came last night. It was a private message, so of course I did not read it. Yes. Perhaps it required his presence elsewhere. So the other four of you head for the palace. And on the way, yes repeats his advice about how to deal with the emperor, never contradict him, bow repeatedly, and so on.
Wait, so the army didn't come. We're voluntarily going to the palace?
Well, of course, the emperor has summoned you.
to explain our crimes?
It's just
Should we be doing this?
We are gloriously screwed.
Of course you should. It's simply a formality. This is just their way of summoning you with great urgency. Yes.
Is
If
it
you think
just
about
us and yes?
Okay, can I do a notice roll for sarcasm?
If you think about it, it's really a compliment.
What if we took yes with us and left?
Yeah, you absolutely can make a notice roll to see if is this guy being sarcastic or is he actually being straight with you?
Is this guy just saying yes, and he knows that we're screwed?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too.
He actually genuinely seems to believe it, and he genuinely seems to be on your side. He's kind of a weasel.
Like,
Knives on the other hand.
Oh my God, you really believe all of this stuff?
Knives on the other hand thinks he's an assassin of some kind.
I think he's in trouble. We gotta get out of here.
This guy is rooting for us to explain ourselves. Or
What are you talking about? He's evil. Let's go.
Of course, it would be unthinkable to refuse a direct invitation from the Emperor.
Also that.
What?
The Emperor wishes to see you, and what the Emperor wishes, he must have. It is simply the way. Yes.
Oh, this poor adorable man is so deluded.
There I agree, friend.
When we are done, I would like to make him a pet.
How would you make me a pet?
You will be my squire.
Oh, that would be such an honor.
You will walk around the countryside telling people how wonderful we are.
Well, that would be such an honor. Yes. But of course, it depends on what the Emperor wishes of me as well. Yes. But really, that's such a compliment to me. I'm so grateful for it. Yes. So, are you going to go to the palace, or are you going to attempt to run for it?
I already ran.
Is there like a path out?
You have to go back. You could attempt to scale the walls. You would have, or you could try to go back out through the gates. Of course, this would sort of defeat the whole purpose of trying to get the Emperor to actually defend the city.
Correct, because we haven't been able to reach him or get him to know what's going on.
Oh, guys.
What?
Right. That's what we're doing.
Okay, so yes leads you around the Great Lake to the gates of the Imperial Palace. And palace servants lead you to an audience hall and bid you to wait there. And so you wait. And wait. And wait.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
Not here.
No, the servant takes you to a facility and then returns you.
Is there a window?
In the facility? No.
Yeah. Oh.
And so hours pass. Yes starts to sweat. I'm certain it's nothing. The Golden Palace is immense, and the Emperor must travel with a large entourage. Yes, everything is fine. I've heard that the Emperor's throne is made of ice jade. The cold increases his fortitude, and if anyone else sits upon it, they freeze solid and die. Hours pass.
Have we heard of it? Ice jade?
You have not. More hours pass. You do see servants and guards passing here and there. There are some guards in the audience hall who are waiting.
I'm hungry. Are there snacks?
You can ask one of the servants.
Excuse me. You have snacks?
Ghost Warden, we will consult with the kitchens to see if we can bring something for you to eat.
Thank you.
We do not know when the Emperor is due to arrive, so if he arrives before we return the snacks, of course, that will be a non-issue. And so they would you like to make a persuasion roll to see if you can get any more information out of them than...
Yeah, where is the Emperor? We've been waiting a long time.
Okay, give me a persuasion roll.
All right, that should do it. Let's see.
Cheerful might want to get in on that too, since he's unlike you guys, he's actually good at it.
Can I ask in a not nice way?
That would probably be ill-advised.
Yeah, because we're in the lion's den.
I'll ask in the nice way.
Let's see how your person who's actually good at persuasion does. Okay, so he chats up the servant and he says, well, they say it's pretty normal. The Emperor's scheduled movements are secret, and they're often changed to keep assassins confused. And with the inevitable army openly rebelling, security's even higher.
What army?
The inevitable army. That's General Holmes' undead army.
Got it.
More hours pass.
Why do I feel like the Emperor's not here?
Did the snacks at least come?
Yes.
Okay.
Some rice cakes and some tea arrives. And late in the afternoon, a functionary arrives. The Emperor had important matters to attend to today, so your audience has been postponed for 2 weeks. You may go. And servants and guards usher you out of the palace. Yes says, oh, the Emperor must trust in your loyalty if something else counts as more important. If you think about it, this is a compliment. Yes. And so as you're leaving, you pass a large audience room with a big entourage in it. And yes starts pointing out some of the people there. Says, oh, look, it is the 10 ministers and their entourage. There is Silverclaw Chung. He was a great fighter in his youth. You can see his prosthetic arm. His deputy is energetic Tang. Very young, very ambitious, very charismatic. Then, of course, there is Blue Ox Walong, and you recognize that name because his wife, Elegant Walong, was the woman you fought at Blue Serpent Manor.
That bodes well.
And his deputy, Useful Tan. I understand that Useful Tan had a sister who was once a Ghost Warden. Then, of course, the greater minister of the center, the most prominent of all the ministers, Eminent Dongfang. He is the patriarch of the wealthiest and most powerful family in the city, and his deputy is Discerning Mu, who was once a famous judge and protected the innocent from organized crime. There's the Minister of the East, River Lifting Sikong. He is a master engineer. His water management has saved thousands of lives in the East. His deputy is Sirius Han. He's the glum one there, looking there. He is known as a hard worker. And then, of course, for the South, there is Loquacious Chen, the big fat one there. He is considered a great man of the people. And his deputy, she was such a scandal several years ago, Tranquil Chen, a woman minister. But of course, when we look, there were no laws against it. Yes. And she has proved to be a hard worker, a clever politician. And so we have grown to accept her as a member of the ministers. So that is where we're going to wrap up for tonight. And what you will have now is 2 weeks of potential downtime, where you will have the opportunity to do downtime activities, except for Sneaky, who is off doing his own thing for a bit.
Where's Sneaky?
Sneaky disappeared. Don't know what's going on with him.
Is he magic?
He got a message and he left in the dead of night, and you have not seen him or heard from him. He just left a note saying that he had something to take care of.
There it goes.
All right. Well, have a good one, everybody, and see you in 3 weeks.
Yep. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Good night. You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook and Blue Sky as Happy Monster Press, on our website at happymonsterpress.com, on Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow this podcast on YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Like what you hear? Support us on Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/happymonsterpress. The Happy MonsterCast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This podcast references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial content permitted under the Media Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Music: Ice Cold by Jason Shaw, and Asian Drums by Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com, licensed under Creative Commons by Attribution 4.0 license.
Oh, for sure.